Hello and welcome. My name is BirdyBot. Let's play Unreal World. So if you've never heard of Unreal World, you're in for a delight. It is a fascinating survival roguelike set in Finnish Iron Age, basically. It's developed by Sami Maaranen with co-designer and programming support from Erkka Lehmus. I'm so sorry, the names are so hard. The best way I can describe Unreal World is to say that it's basically a love letter to Finland, its indigenous people, its history, its culture, as well as to nature itself. This game is for you if you've ever been hiking alone in the woods and you just get this shiver of delight and you don't even know why. You're just... something about being in nature delights you. This game invokes that sense. Now, the goal for this Let's Play series is loosely to become self-sufficient and to make it to winter. But I don't really have any plans beyond that. We'll make it up as we go along. Also, I'll be editing these videos rather rigorously because in fact, the game, while delightful to play, it does have some slow bits. So I'll edit out the slow bits where I'm just sleeping or, you know, things where I'm like crafting something over and over and over and over again. I'll edit that out. All right, let's, without further ado, create a character. And we're going to do custom. Okay, I already have a character name in mind. So we're going to be Foxglove. Now, in terms of starting with a culture, each one of these cultures specializes in a very particular set of skills. I have a very particular set of skills. For an easy start, Maaranen is usually considered the greatest start because they come with incredibly well-rounded in terms of their fighting skills. However, I think I'm going to go for Owl Tribe. If you press F1 during this time, you can actually peek at their origin story, which, I mean, Sami is amazing. This is so cool. The two of them worked so hard on this. So apparently, the Owl Tribe believes that they have been born out of the echoes of the shriek of an owl. That's so cool. They tend to specialize in speed and in tracking and bow use. And so I think I'm going to create a character around that idea because I really like active hunting. Also, I have the graphical enhancement project installed, which is to say I've just overwritten some of the default pictures. And I already know what picture I want. That one right there, baby. All right, and I think spring is the easiest season to start in, and I'm looking for a challenge, but not too much of a challenge. So we're gonna go with that. You know, I've been looking over these stats, and this actually looks great. I mean, her intelligence is pretty low, and her strength is pretty low, scarily low. However, her eyesight and her speed, agility, and dexterity are awesome, as well as her endurance. So I think I'm gonna choose this. Now, we start with rituals. This game doesn't have magic per se, but it does have this sort of shamanistic ritual involved with it, so you can please guardians that are within your, basically, region. So each region has its own guardian. There's not a lot of interaction between them, but it just gives you sort of buffs on your skills. So we've got Oath of Iron, which helps us in hunting, but it only works with iron weapons, so we won't use that too much, and Banishing the Evil Water Guardian. So this means that if you're attempting to swim, you won't get dragged underwater by the Guardian. Swimming is hard in this game and very dangerous. As you can imagine, it's the Finnish Iron Age. Like, this is real life, people. So now we head to the skills menu, and I can actually improve 5 skills. I am going to definitely improve, I love that dodge is so high. I'm going to be improving bow. I'm also going to be improving stealth. I would love to improve carpentry, but let's do tracking first. Tracking is great to do first. Hide working is nice to have nice and high. Hide working. Now, I'm torn between timbercraft and carpentry. I think I'm going to go timbercraft because that's going to impact my, like, first couple of days. We'll go with that. Okay, yes, I am happy with that. Now, here's a little pro tip. as we generate this map, by pressing C, I can see the cultural regions. As well, you can see, I don't know if you can see my mouse, but there's where I'm going to start the game. If you zoom right in, you can see kind of some of the features of the landscape that I'd be starting in. This map is huge. Don't be deceived. This is, like, it would take several, perhaps like even several months to cross going north to south of this entire map. So a pro tip would be to randomize until you end up close to the Dreek culture, which is in that sort of cyan teal color. And I'm going to do that for a bit. I may fast forward this until I get it. All right, that's good. Now, the thought process behind starting near the Dreek, if you're not an experienced player, the Dreek are actually, I suppose, the farthest along in the Iron Age versus all the other cultures. So they can provide you with tools that are very high quality. And that's important. I mean, in-game, like, you'll face a lot of different challenges, not only just from like basic survival, man versus nature, but you'll also be facing other people. So here's my other pro tip, is I'm actually going to be taking screenshots of these areas. I'm going to be taking a screenshot not only for the cultures, just so I can kind of get an idea of where the heck I am, but I'm also going to be taking one of the general map. This may seem a little cheaty, but I'm going to be using the map, and basically being part of my Let's Play is going to be cartography. We're going to be like labeling places on the map and like putting down places where we've seen animals. It'll be kind of fun. We'll see how it goes. All right, so without further ado, let's get in there. Might take one more screenshot. Okay, pressing E to start the game. Now, you can choose between any opening scenario. Some of these are easier than others. Probably the hardest two to start with are Runaway Slave and Hurt, Helpless, and Afraid. Those two either start you hurt or start you with many enemies around you. I have been playing Unfortunate Hunting Trip. This one's kind of cool. I mean, it's tragic. Your father lies dead on the ground, and the beast who killed him is still present. This one can be really hard if you actually see the animal that's killed your father. And I Want to Be a Fisherman is also one that I've started tons of times, where you start with tons of fishing equipment, but I actually don't want to do as much fishing this time. I think active hunting is really interesting in this game and well done. So I think I'm going to do Unfortunate Hunting Trip. Okay, so I won't read this out, but it's sad. Your dad died, basically. Spoiler alert. Your dad's dead. So let's start and see. Of course, there's also this, a game course. So you have to choose between these three. The Living in the Wild gives you the opportunity to like basically go through an advanced tutorial. And Advanced Adventures goes even farther into it. And they give you rewards for that, which can be really cool, but I think I'm going to skip it. I feel like I know what I'm doing. All right, so we're loading, and here we go. Okay, so first things first, as you can see, I'm going to use F3 to look, and there is, unfortunately, the body of my dead father. There is a chance currently that the bear is still here. So I'm going to press H to hide. Now, I'm going to approach my father and hope for the best. The bear may announce itself. I'm going to pick up everything that he's carrying. Or was carrying, I guess I should say. Because he's got some valuable stuff. We do get a hand axe, which is so vital, and a broad knife, which you need a knife and an axe for many, 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 many of the crafting utilities. So we just picked that up. I'm going to leave the body of my father here. If you do manage to, if you become interested in the game and you take a look at the forums, this setting, this particular scenario, many people choose because it gives you free meat at the beginning of the game. I'm going to choose not to eat the body of my father. Instead, I'm going to GTFO. And oh, I'm sneaking around. I just want to see if the bear is still here. I think I'm going to be okay though. I don't see him, so I think I'll be safe. Whew. It's kind of scary. All right, let's wield our fine hunting bow. We've only got 6 arrows, so that's a concern. I think what I'd like to do is try to travel to a village. We've actually got quite a bit of food. These stag cuts are roasted. They're not going to last very long, so let's get out of here and head towards the nearest village. Now, I know I'm a bit northwestern of the Dreek villages, so let's go and see if we can find one. And as you can travel, you can see that they've actually, the way the game is designed is so that you actually can't see the map unless, or a lot of the map, until you step into like a clearing. So now you can see our vision is drastically improved. And I'm just going to kind of creep along the sides. Ooh, I just saw a badger. Shall we try to get it? Let's do it. Cool. So now, when you encounter an animal, you can press yes to zoom in, or you can press no. I don't know why you wouldn't. Let's just attack a badger. Let's kill a badger. So now, I'm going to use the command T, which is throw, and I'm going to select an arrow, and I'm going to mouse over this here badger. Oh, and I missed. Shoot. I'm going to run after it. So now you can see that there's some tracks here. I can use a skill. So I press S to access the skill list and T to access the tracking skill. But of course, I don't actually see where the heck this badger went. I'm going to press Control and then minus to get a better view of what's going on. And I think I'm going to let this badger go. Right now, our priority is finding a village. So he's close enough that he's like, I'm going to stop running for a second. He's close enough that I can actually still see him, apparently. I don't see him, though. I'm just going to walk after him and see. There he is. That's really far away. And I can't hide because I'm in a pine mire. It's not the ideal location. I can try shooting him again. He's not looking at me. This is a long way off to shoot an animal. Oh, just missed him. But he's not scared of me. So why don't we try again? What are the chances? So he's fleeing. I'm going to go pick up my arrows. Oh no, did I lose an arrow in the water? Darn it. Those arrows are precious. You can't make more arrows though. So I can still see that badger. Let's see if we can't get a little closer. I'd love to be able to hide. Oh, he's fleeing. Unfortunately, I don't think we can get close enough to shoot this little guy. So maybe we'll just follow him into the forest. Poor little guy. I'm frightening him. Okay, let's zoom out. Okay, like I said, we're going to head to a village. So we're headed south. Now, we're apparently in Western Dreek. So let's maybe head a little bit to the east and see if we can't spot a village. Keep our eyes peeled. It does give you a message once you've spotted one. And it looks like I'm getting a little bit hungry, so I'm going to eat one of my roasted stag cuts. Delicious. Actually, I might need you a little bit extra there. Perfect. Perfect. Ooh, that was a nice little vantage point. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit, see if I can't spot anything. Let's head this way. Aha! A village. Let's go in. Now I'm just going to press F6 to peek at the map. So as you can see, I've traveled quite a ways from my starting location. And this is the first Dreek settlement that I've come across. If I press C, you can see that it paints the map again with the culture colors. We have a way better version of this map in my screenshots that I've saved, so I'll only be using this occasionally. I'll be bringing up my other menu actually to help out. So let's step into the village. All right, so we've entered the village and we can already see some villagers. Let's go talk to this guy. So I'm going to use capital C to chat with him. Oh, he's a Dreek craftsman. Hey, buddy. My name's, his name is Vanemo. Vanemo? Since he's the first guy I've met, I'm going to write his name down. Vanemo. Hey, bud. He's like, not a super useful dude, but he's a craftsman. That's cool. I'm going to introduce myself. Hey, buddy. I'm a stranger. Oh, and apparently he has some gossip about a glutton, which is a wolverine. So he says, neighboring settlements know more about it. Sweet. Sounds good. Actually, before I let him go, I'm going to ask him if he has any animals. But they don't. So that's good to know. That's great to know. However, they do have, they should have some crafts goods. So let's peek inside. Each house, they're not weirded out by this. So it looks like there's some bear cuts there and some seeds that some cool seeds. I don't know what those are yet because I have very poor agricultural skill, so I can't just immediately identify them. Turnip seeds. Yeah, looks like. What I'd love to see here is salt or masterwork weapons. That'd be great. Grains. Lynx cut. I'm going to use F3 to help me out here. Some dried food. A pot, that might be nice. No, okay. Not super interested in this village so far. What do we got here? F3. Grains. Now you can make quite a bit of money if you use a tub to grind flour. You can sell it back for a pretty good profit. But I kind of want to avoid being cheaty. Not that that's super cheaty. Looks like this is a pretty useless town. I'm not very impressed with it. Oh, there's another hut up there. Let's go take a peek. This might be their sauna. Yeah, it is. Great place to come and sleep. That might be a great place for the night rest at. Ooh, woodsman's axe might be nice. There's a leather rope here as well, which I'd love. Rope is tough in this game to get. But it looks like that's it. I think I've cased the joint. Now, do we stay here or do we continue on? I think we'll continue on to a village that has things that we really want to buy. So now let's follow the road. That's our best bet to spotting another village. Aha! Yeah, we've already spotted one. So let's head on over. In fact, we're spotting a lot. Ooh, this one's called Cloud Trail. I love the name of this village. Let's take a peek. Whoa, there's a child. And they're like waving their hands. Let's see this guy. Old Dreek man. Hi, bud. My name is... Oh, his name is Asko. Hey, Asko. What do you know about the glutton? He's like, I don't know anything about the glutton. Now, let's see if they have any animals. We don't have any animals to sell here. Okay. That's one question down. And we want to find something excellent. Whoa. There's a big boat right there. Crazy. Oh, and there's a sage. He'll be useful later. Because as we level up, we'll get new rituals. And the sage actually knows all of them and can teach you them. Sweet grains. Oh, a fine battle sword. Fine dagger. Leather rope. Fine nettle cloak. That's nice to have. Lovely grains. Let's keep looking. I want salt. Oh, arrows. Nice, very nice. We can make our own arrows. A kid. All he's wearing is pants. Great kid. I wouldn't actually mind grabbing these arrows because I only have 4. Oh, I have 5, but I can trade a knife. and perhaps some clothing. Although this clothing, oh, maybe I can trade my necklace. So to trade, you actually just pick up the items and find the nearest adult. I don't want to trade with a kid. There we go. There's a sage. All right, so let's chat with him and say trade items. I'd like to pay my debt. So I can ask him what he'd prefer for the trade. Let's see what he would like. He'd like it if I gave him his a broad knife. However, I think I might just try the knife itself. Does he like that? Needs to be doubled. What if I gave you this necklace? Oh, it's unworthy. It's my dad's necklace, you jerk. How is it unworthy? Okay, we'll give him... I already have fur footwear, so let's see if he likes that. 2/3. I want to keep that broad knife. I don't want to give it to him. We have linen trousers and rough linen trousers. Maybe a woolen undershirt? Maybe this nettle tunic. What do you think, buddy? Wow, he wants a lot. This hood. Darn it. I don't really want to give away. Let's start this trade from the start. Let's give him that broad knife. I mean, at the end of the day, all of these items that are clothing I can use to make cord. And cord is pretty essential as things go in order to create more arrows. So I think I'm just going to give him my broad knife. Ya joik. Arrows are going to give me money. Arrows are going to give me food. So let's see what else we got on sale. Oh, look at all these. Fine splitting axe. Masterwork woodsman's axe. Oh boy. Oh boy. A trident. That's interesting. And a bag of salt. Oh, yum. Oh, we are definitely going to be coming back to Cloud Trail. Let's see. Ooh, a sword. Ooh, masterwork linen. Beautiful. And another bag of salt. Awesome. So salt, as you can imagine, was pretty important during the Iron Age in order to preserve food. And the preservation and spoilage of food is probably the biggest challenge in this game. At least the early game is getting enough food that doesn't spoil like crazy. Let's see what we got in here. Looks like we got 2 pots, a crossbow, which I have no skill in, a fine juniper bow, some more arrows, but they're blunt, which could be cool. Oop. What's underneath me? Nothing. Okay. Kind of looks like there's something under me. What was it? Oh, lynx cuts. Okay. And I think I saw it all. Did I open this house? Let's take a little peek. Ooh. What's under here? Turnips. Okay. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. And some smoked and dried salmon. So, let's hang out by the fire here and do a little bit of crafting. I'm going to use capital M, which will open up our handcraft options. And I'm actually going to try and make some utility articles. I'm going to try to make cord. Let's say 5, the maximum amount. And I'm going to make some out of my rough linen trousers. Will the nettle tunic work? Yes, okay. Now the reason I'm making cord is because it helps to, oh boy, I forgot that they're going to be going in and out. I should have done this somewhere else where they're not so busybody, these villagers. Cord will help to craft arrows, dry food, and it's a pretty cheap option as far as things go in terms of preservation. Smoking food takes a long time. I think salting takes 5 days, whereas smoking takes 50. But having cord on you is basically a great survival technique. After this, I think we'll bed down for the night, our first night after the death of our father. So tragic. Oh, I'm sweaty because I'm standing right beside the fire. This is interesting. Sweaty is like not necessarily a bad thing in like the middle of like spring, but it can be bad during the winter. You don't really want to be sweaty during the winter. I actually really love this new graphics pack. I think the pictures are gorgeous. There we are. We're done. So we made 5 decent cords. I'm going to eat some more of our roast stag cut. Oh, wow. Didn't really fill us up that much. Nice. And we're going to just head out to, I think there was like a pool or a pond close by. I remember seeing one up here. So let's just not budge into the door there. Where was that pond? I know I saw it somewhere. It's just like a little pool of water. There was one to the south too. There we go. I'm just going to drink straight from the pond. Like an animal. There we go. Feeling well fed and a bit tired. So I think we will go to sleep since it's evening. And I'm going to steal one of these benches. And let's go to sleep.